Alright guys, got a very basic alternator here today. It's a 70 to 115 amp 14 volt alternator. It's from a John Deere. I'm just going to take it apart to show you, well I've stripped it mainly, take it apart to show you the main components on it. There we go, that's that. Here's your, taking that apart. This one here is our stator. Got our stator windings in there. And they usually come together. That will be stator, and this is your rectifier unit. This has got a bunch of diodes in there to take the alternating current, turn it into direct current. This is your regulator unit. That goes onto the slip rings right there. The slip rings in turn supply power to the windings inside the rotor, which turns it into a magnet. These are our pole fingers on the rotor. Pole fingers, so they'll be north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole. Fingers are just to extend the polarity into the stator windings. So how this works is the regulator supplies voltage via the slip rings into the windings on the rotor, which turns the rotor into a magnet. The magnet is then spun within the windings on your stator. The electricity generating by the magnet field running through these windings goes into the rectifier. The rectifier then converts it from alternating current into direct current, which is taken off there. That is your charging connection point. That'll be through a fuse to the battery, whatever the case might be. And this is your exciting point. So that'll be where you supply power via the charge light or electronic control unit or whatever the case might be to excite the alternator. The alternator won't generate power unless it's been excited there, which gives power to the regulator. The regulator then supplies power through the slip rings to your windings in the rotor. Alright, so what the regulator does is it changes the intensity of the magnet field created by the rotor, and that's how it regulates the power. So as soon as it starts generating power through the stator, it'll supply power to the regulator at that terminal there through this little lug, which means the alternator will then be self-excited. That's why you can only supply, well, if you just touch the exciting wire, the alternator will be generating, and it will keep generating as long as it spins and as long as the internal components are working right. Well, there you go. Alternator in a nutshell.